December 1872. The North Atlantic is a graveyard of secrets. The wind is biting, the waves are mountainous, and the nearest human being is often hundreds of miles away. On the 4th of December, the crew of the Dei Gratia were scanning the horizon when they saw her. She was a brigantine, the Mary Celeste. She was cutting through the swells at an odd, erratic angle. She wasn't fighting the sea, she was surrendering to it. When the captain of the Dei Gratia pulled his ship alongside, he expected to see a crew struggling with a storm. Instead, he saw something far more unsettling. There was nobody at the helm. No one on the rigging, no one on the deck. The ship wasn't sinking, it was sailing in perfect order, yet it was completely, violently empty. A boarding party was sent to investigate. As they climbed the ladder, the silence was heavy, like a held breath. They searched the galley. They found breakfast, a half-eaten meal, a sewing machine left on a table, a child's toy lying on the floor. Everything was in its place. They checked the captain's quarters. His navigation instruments were gone, as was the ship's log, but his personal bank account, containing a significant sum, remained untouched. In the hold, over 1,700 barrels of raw industrial alcohol remained undisturbed. There were no signs of a struggle, no blood, no broken furniture. The ship was not damaged by weather. It was as if the 10 people on board, Captain Briggs, his wife, their 2-year-old daughter, and 7 crewmen, had simply decided to walk off the edge of the world. When the Mary Celeste was towed into port in Gibraltar, the investigation began. The authorities were desperate for an explanation. They started with the obvious: piracy. But there was no evidence of a struggle and no loot was taken. Then they turned to the crew of the Dei Gratia. Was this insurance fraud? Had they murdered the crew to claim a salvage bounty? But the Dei Gratia was a reputable vessel, and the Mary Celeste was too valuable a ship to destroy for a small payout. The investigators looked at the logbook. The last entry was dated 10 days prior. But there was a mysterious detail. The clock was broken, and the sextant was missing. It was as if the captain had been preparing for an emergency, but the emergency itself had left no fingerprints. Over the next century, theories spilled out like water. Some said it was a giant squid, though that doesn't explain why the ship stayed intact. Others pointed to the cargo. Scientific theory suggests that a small leak in the barrels of alcohol may have created a buildup of toxic fumes in the hold. Fearing an imminent explosion, the captain may have ordered everyone into the small lifeboat, intending to tow the ship until the danger passed. A sudden, violent squall could have snapped the tow rope, leaving the crew adrift, helpless, while the Mary Celeste sailed away without them. But there's a darker side to the theory. Some believe in seaquakes, seismic activity on the ocean floor that creates such violent vibrations that the crew, in a state of sheer irrational panic, fled the perceived instability of the ship. We like to think that the world has an answer for everything. We want to believe that if we look hard enough at the blueprints, the logs, and the physics, the truth will emerge. But the Mary Celeste remains the exception. The 10 souls who vanished that December day never arrived in Italy. They were never seen in any port. They didn't leave a note. They didn't leave a trail. They simply ceased to be part of our world. Perhaps the true mystery isn't why they left. Perhaps the mystery is what they saw in those last moments. Something so terrifying that it made a small, wooden lifeboat seem like a better gamble than the safety of the ship itself. The sea keeps its secrets well, and as long as the waves roll over the deep, the Mary Celeste will continue to sail. A ghost ship in the corridors of history, forever missing and forever searching for a destination it will never reach.